Welcome to Squadron ScaleWorkshop. My name is Brett Green. Eduard have recently been putting out some limited edition kits that include the plastic sprues from Hasegawa releases, as well as their own brass and resin, photo etch parts and decals, and usually some bonus parts as well. They've also introduced an Eduard series, E-D-U-A-R-T, series where the kit includes artwork based on the box art of the model kit. Well, the latest in the Eduard limited edition series from Eduard is a real beauty, and it's 32nd scale P-40N Warhawk. Hasegawa first released their 1/32nd scale P-40E in 2008. So that's about 9 years now. I built the E-kit when it was first released, and I found it to be a really pleasant project. It was well detailed, good detail of the plastic cockpit, excellent surface textures. The only issue was something that's common to a lot of Hasegawa kits of the era, and even now to a certain extent, in that the kit tended to suffer from insert-itis. Hasegawa like to get the most out of their moulds, and they use inserts to be able to produce different versions of the same aircraft. In the case of the P-40, they have inserts for the forward side cowl vents, for the canopy, and also for the tail section. So all of these areas don't necessarily fall on natural panel lines, and it's a little tricky to get them lined up, filled and sanded without damaging the surrounding detail. However, even so, it's a very, very nice kit. The 2008 release of the P-40E was fairly soon followed by a P-40N as well. But reasonably soon afterwards, the P-40N in particular disappeared off the face of the planet, and really we hadn't seen the Hasegawa kit around in a mainstream release for quite a while, and the kit demands very high prices on eBay when it does appear occasionally. Well, Eduard has solved this problem with their limited edition release of the P-40N. But the title tends to undersell the contents of the box, because inside we have not only the P-40N, but we also have the canopy for the P-40M, so the M for Martha as opposed to N for Nelly. And although it's not necessarily mentioned in the instructions or even on the sprue plan, the kit also includes the short tail, the blanked off vents, and other parts that are specific, like the exhausts, to the P-40E. So in the one box you can build either a 1/32nd scale P-40E, P-40M, or a P-40N. It's very impressive. The basic statistics are the kit has 179 grey plastic parts according to the sprue plan, but in addition to the plans that are on the instructions, we also have sprue M, which are 4 parts, sprue F, which are the 2 P-40E tail sections, and sprue T, which are 24 parts for the P-40E style exhaust stubs. The kit also includes 13 resin parts, mainly the exhausts and the wheels. It has 26 clear parts for both the standard canopy and the later clear vision canopy. There's a photo etched set which is pre-coloured, and a second photo etched fret in brass, as well as the usual canopy masks and wheel masks, and film as well for the gun sight lens. Once we open the large box, we can find not only the plastic kit itself, but also a pressed metal artwork of the box art. So it's actually quite three-dimensional. You can see perhaps on the back better than the front in this, and the plastic covering is still on it. But that's very attractive. We also have a rolled up large poster of the artwork. I haven't unrolled it yet. And of course we have the plastic, resin and photo etch parts of the kit. Let's take a look at those right now. The fuselage halves are common to all of the variants in the Hasegawa's P-40E, M and N series. You can see where the inserts will be applied. The lower wing is full span. Surface textures are excellent. The leading edge of the wings features an insert for the machine guns. The wheel wells are nicely detailed too. The rudder is supplied as a separate part, but the other control surfaces are moulded in the neutral position. The surface textures of the fabric surfaces are really nicely done. The plastic interior parts are very nicely done. Here are the sidewalls and the floor. Here are the long tail and the optional exhaust positions. These parts are specific to the P-40N version. Here is the unmarked short tail for the P-40E. These parts are also specific to the P-40E. Note the blanks for the front vent covers, as well as the specific P-40E instrument panel. 2 sets of plastic wheels are supplied, although we'll be using the resin version. The colour photo etch fret mainly provides parts for the cockpit. The brass fret mainly provides parts for the exterior. Resin parts are supplied for the exhausts and for the wheels. These are the windscreens for the P-40E on the left and the P-40M or N on the right. One of the nice aspects of this kit is that the P-40E windscreen has been corrected since the original release to delete a diagonal additional panel line that shouldn't have been there. The rear canopy part for the P-40N is on the left. Sliding sections for both the early and late versions are provided in options of open and closed. This cartograph printed decal sheet is possibly the longest that I've ever seen. It really is the full length of the large box. The decal sheet covers 2 New Zealand subjects and 3 US AAF subjects. So there we have it. Eduard's 1/32 scale, limited edition, Eduard P-40N Warhawk. I was really pleased to see this kit come out because I've been looking for a 32nd scale Hasegawa P-40N for some time. Not only do I have a P-40N now, but I've also got the option of building an earlier P-40E or a P-40M. The resin, the colour photo etch and the brass photo etch parts will really add to the detail here too, as well as the large and colourful decal sheet. But don't muck around because these are genuinely limited edition issues and they'll go pretty quickly, so if you want one, grab one now. Thanks again to Eduard for the sample. Jim Hatch will actually be building this kit for issue 81 of Military Illustrated Modeler magazine, so we'll get a chance to look in more detail at how the kit goes together. and how well detailed it might be. Well, thank you all for watching. This is Brett Green from Squadron Scale Workshop. Bye for now.